What are you training for? That's a question that I've asked myself several times in the past, but here recently it's something I've asked myself quite a bit. I just can't help but keep thinking, what are you training for? See, in times past, I've always been training for a contest. Even growing up as a kid, it was training for, a sport for the next game to try and win. I've always wanted to try and be the best at whatever I was doing. And then as I got into strongman, I started training and then training for, my first strongman contest. And then after that, I kind of got the bug to keep training and sign up for more contests. So it's been just a constant flow of training for something, for the contest that's coming up. And here recently, that bug has kind of died down. I just don't feel, the itch right now to compete. So I asked myself, what are you training for? I feel like God's shown me several things, and it's kind of dialing my pride back. See, I'm always training for the next contest to try and win, right? To try and, be the best, to try and be the strongest at the next contest. To try and win the trophy, to be the best, right? I feel like God's just been telling me that's, what for? Why? Who are you seeking validation from? Where are you seeking validation from? And I've started doing jiu-jitsu 2 years ago, and I've taken a liking to jiu-jitsu, and people have came to me in the course of the 2 years and say, man, you ought to compete. And I've been competing in strongman, for the last, 4 or 5 years now. And I have zero desire to compete in jiu-jitsu for sure. For one, just because I don't love it like I do strongman. I do thoroughly enjoy it and I like it a lot. But I think most of it just comes back to compete for what? I'm not training right now. I'm not training jiu-jitsu like that. And I feel like this is kind of where it's came from. What are you training for? See, I hadn't been doing jiu-jitsu for the next contest. I've just been doing it because I like doing it. I want to learn the martial art. I enjoy the time away doing it. I enjoy learning it. I enjoy grappling with other people. It's fun. I'm meeting new people, having a good time doing it. And here recently, it's kind of turned into the same thing with lifting weights. And it feels kind of weird for the first time in a while to think, what are you training for? And I'm training really because it goes back to, well, I always have trained. I've always enjoyed training. I've always loved pushing my body to some type of limit. And here recently, I haven't been pushing to a crazy limit, but I've just been enjoying structured training. I've been enjoying, the physical activity without a set date on a calendar for the next competition. So So I continue to ask myself over these last several months, what are you training for? I'm out of my 20s now. I'm in my early 30s. And it's turning into, I've got kids. What are you training for? I'm training for longevity. I'm training to stay in good shape. I'm training to be a good father, to be a healthy father, a good husband, healthy husband. Will I compete again in strongman? I don't know, maybe. Right now I don't have any aspirations to, but I may do it, I may not. I do have a competitive side. I do love competition. It just hasn't been hitting me the same way here lately. And I think God's working on me through this. I think He's grabbing my attention on, for one, pride. Last year, God really grabbed a hold of me on my pride. I think He's really grabbing my attention on it again this year, just with training, and I've been enjoying it. I'm going to keep training. And what am I training for? I'm training because I love it. I'm training because training is just a part of who I am. And I'll probably never stop training, whether I'm competing or not competing. It's just what I do.